Y'all thought y'all wasn't gonna see me? I'm the Osiris of the WU-TANG is here forever.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Mark Dark, and I'm back with another video. If you're new, if you love Wu-Tang, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like the video, and leave your theories, comments, everything down below. Now today we'll be talking about Wu-Tang, an American Saga, Season 3, Episode 10. This is the series finale. Yes, the series finale. It is it. This is the last episode of Wu-Tang. And y'all let me know, man. Did y'all want to see more? I know a lot of the fans was talking about how they wanted to see more of the story, and they didn't, basically didn't want the show to end. And y'all know how Hulu do. They only be giving us like 3 seasons of these shows, and it is sad. I did want to see a little bit more of the story, but they gave us what they gave us. Now y'all let me know, what was your favorite season out of the 3 seasons that they did give us? I mean, as of right now, if I had to just pick one, I would say season 1 was probably my favorite season right now. I mean, I have to probably go back and rewatch them, but season 1 stood out the most to me. Of course, it was the season that got me into the whole show, to recap it, and it just hit a little bit different for me to see how everything started from the very beginning and see how, different everybody was, the issues that they had, and they still end up coming together. So season 1 always stuck out to me, so that's why it is my favorite. But y'all let me know, what were y'all favorites? Now, the title of the episode is called Triumph, and the description of the episode reads, RZA pushes his musicianship to new heights as he creates Wu-Tang Forever with a studio orchestra. But the recording process strains the clan as tensions boil over during their biggest tour yet. RZA is concerned about Wu-Tang's future and legacy. So those was the key elements of this episode, and it was a good one in my opinion. The episode was good. We saw the clan members struggle. They was going back and forth with each other. Of course, we saw a lot of music. A lot of you guys mentioned that y'all wanted to see more music. Well, in this episode, we pretty much got the most music as far as performance-wise, in my opinion. And throughout all of that, they had those struggles. They got over those struggles. And, at the end of the episode, everything came to a good conclusion as far as them kind of squashing those, beefs and issues with each other. But man, it was a crazy episode, man. A lot of stuff happened. I'm going to try to just focus on the key points, though. All my Wu-Tang fans, the old heads, y'all let me know exactly what was really going down back in the 90s. Y'all been doing a hell of a job. I do truly appreciate y'all. I grew up in the 90s, but I was a kid, you know what I'm saying? I was about 8 years old in 97, whatever, and I believe that's when Wu-Tang Forever came out. But man, just to get that insight from y'all, from the old heads, from the true fans of this group, I truly appreciated it over the 3 years that we got of this show. I definitely became more of a Wu-Tang fan after recapping this show. And it was because not only me watching it, but because of y'all as well. So thank y'all. But let's begin. What did we see in episode 10, the series finale? The episode starts out with your boy RZA. He's got this orchestra there. He is trying to get some true sound. And it seems like his clan members, they ain't feeling it. You know what I'm saying? They ain't feeling none of this stuff. They ain't feeling the violins and none of that. They like, why are these people up in here in the first place? And RZA, he just wants his peoples to believe in him. He's like, look, man, I done helped y'all sell y'all albums, do great. Y'all saw what we did with the first album. Y'all saw what we did from y'all solo albums. And y'all know your boy Ray, he ain't going for it. He's like, man, you tripping. You know what I'm saying? This ain't him. He ain't feeling the sound at all. RZA's like, man, look, I'm just trying to improve. I ain't trying to sample nobody. I'm trying to, give y'all some original content or whatever. And as I told y'all, it didn't really seem like nobody was like agreeing with what RZA was doing, and they didn't really see his vision like that. And seeing that the whole contract was coming to its end, you can tell that Ghostface and Ray, they was kind of getting tired of everything, and they was pretty much just preparing to leave and do their own things without Wu-Tang. Now Method Man, once he heard that beat that Bobby put together, he's like, man, this hard. You know what I'm saying? This different. Ain't nobody got this type of sound. Let's get to it. He ain't a guy that's going to be in there complaining like that. He hears that music. He's right on it, y'all. And he don't waste time at all. He go into the booth. He starts spitting. He's like, look, let's get this album ready. Let's get the going. And RZA, this is all he really wanted. He wanted somebody to believe in him and to put in that work once he put out that new music. And Method Man was not playing at all. Now they end up meeting with RCA. They got your boy Steve Rifkin. He's in there. They're trying to set up a deal on how much they're going to get paid for this next album. And at first they was talking about 1 million, 2 million. But Bobby's like, look, man, 4 million. He wants this to be the biggest album ever, basically, the biggest hip hop album. And he's like, look, it's going to break all types of numbers. And they was looking at him like, really, you believe this is going to do those type of numbers? It's going to be the biggest album? And he's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure. I believe in it. I believe in my boys. Let's get it cracking. So they end up getting the deal, but they have to make a double album. Now we get to your boy Divine, and he's having a conversation with Power, and he gives him, I believe, a $75,000 check for the whole WU thing, telling him, look, I should have been gave you this. You've been putting in that work. And throughout the episode, we saw your boy Power having issues with certain people, U-God, about business and what people need to be doing out there. U-God didn't necessarily like that. And you can see on his face, he got bit. And U-God was telling Power that he was not going to pay him. But Power said, look, I'm going to run into him. We're going to handle that. Now, they kind of like give us like a fast forward type of moment through this episode with them shooting a music video, with them also completing Wu-Tang Forever. We see that this album is done what RZA said it was going to do. It was going to be #1. He wasn't playing around. This was a vision that he talked about. A lot of people did not believe in him, but as he told his peoples, look, I got this. Believe in me. If we come together, we can be #1. Not just in the city, but in the world, Craig, the whole world. And hey, they did what they had to do, man. Now Power meets up with U-God at the club. They're all celebrating the success of the album. And he pretty much squashes the beef or whatever. U-God tells him, look, man, that was my fault or whatever. I believe in you. And he gives him some money for the whole WU thing. And, the whole WU thing was actually doing good throughout this episode. Now, they're celebrating this, success of this album. But it seems like Ghostface and Ray, they want to do their own thing. As I told y'all, these people are getting ready for this contract to be over. And you can tell that everybody is pretty much having things set up as far as their individual careers. And Bobby understands this. He's not feeling the vibes of his clan members. And you can tell just by how he's looking that he knows it's just a matter of time before all of this comes to an end. Now, Bobby has a conversation with Inspector Deck about his album. He is telling him that he's next. And you can tell Inspector deep down inside, he's probably like, man, my album should have already been out. You know what I'm saying? I've been putting in work for a long time and it should have already been out, but he played it cool. He didn't make no big issues about it, but you can tell he was feeling some type of way about that, in my opinion. Now, Divine sets up the whole deal with Kenny or whatever. They're supposed to be doing this tour with the Rage Against the Machine, and it's supposed to be a very big tour. And Bobby's all down for it. He's like, okay, it's going to be a different type of crowd there, and maybe it's a chance for them to expand, to a newer audience. And it seemed like, that was a good game plan. The tour starts, but Kenny is pissed off. He's like, look, man, all the group members, they ain't even showing up. What's going on? Y'all got 90 minutes to get this together. ODB ain't nowhere to be found. He could have already took them off the tour because they've already missed about 3 shows as far as all the members being together. And now they have to go and find everybody else to make sure they can go ahead and perform. But we know it's not going to be easy doing that. Now, Ray is already complaining. He's like, look, man, he ain't really trying to be there like that. He's not liking the crowd that they got out there. And he feels like they shouldn't be somewhere else. They should be doing their own thing. Now, Bobby and Divine, they split up to find the rest of the WU members. Of course, they have to find Method Man. And like I told y'all, ODB, he's nowhere to be found. And they have to find Ghostface as well. So it's going to be tough for him. Now, Bobby and Ray get into an argument. Ray is not trying to perform his songs or whatever. He's like, look, man, this music right here is for street cats. It ain't for this type of audience. I'm not doing it. You got, me bent, basically. And Bobby tells him, like, look, man, you still, are on this contract. You got until 12 tonight until your contract is up. So that means I am in charge and you have to follow the rules. You have to do what I tell you to do. And Ray still ain't having it, man. He gets pissed off and walks up out of there. And to be honest, I understand where Ray is coming from, but it's business. You know what I'm saying? If you signed up to perform, if you signed a contract to, to be a part of this group, go out there and do what you got to do. All it's going to do is make everything frustrating, and it's going to make it seem like when it comes to business that you're not professional, right? Now, Ray leaves and he sees the crowd. He sees that, ODB is kicking it with these people. He done found some new friends, and Ray is surprised that people are actually rocking with Wu-Tang or whatever. He's telling, ODB, like, man, so they rocking with you like that? Like, I'm surprised. And ODB tells him, like, yeah, like, these people, they feeling us, man. They feeling our music. And if you guys listen to Rage Against the Machine, I'm not the biggest rock fan in the world, but Rage Against the Machine, they go hard. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. They go hard. And for that type of crowd to like Wu-Tang, that's not no big surprise to me at all. Hell, white people in general, they buy more music than black people. So that's the audience. Go out there, perform, get that money, plain and simple. But at that particular time, it's understandable that Ray did not see things that way, but we all know what time it is. They love Wu-Tang. Now, Divine calls Cherie to see where in the hell Ghostface is at. He needs him there. And she doesn't really want to help out at first, but she does have a conversation with Ghostface. She tells him like, look, we're going to have another baby. They're very excited or whatever. And it seems like everything is going good. But she tells him, look, I want you to go and perform. I want to go to one of your concerts. So she gets him to make sure he shows up, which was a good move by her, because if she didn't say anything, he would have just stayed there all night kicking it, just celebrating with her. Now, we get to Beth and Bobby. She is the manager of Rage Against the Machine. She's telling him like, look, all your other members, they gonna be looking out for themselves after this whole, contract is up. But what about you? Maybe you should start looking out for yourself as well. And he's like, look, what can you do for me that I cannot do for myself? Like, what's up? She tells him like, look, you talking about how you got $4 million for your deal. You got the #1 album in the world. Look, I can get you $6 million or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So if you ever decide to do your own thing, I can manage you or whatever. She wants to help him out to get that rock and roll money. So y'all know Bobby, he was thinking about that. Now, Bobby gets back to Divine and Kenny. He's pissed off. He said, look, it's over. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't got all the members. Y'all ran out of time. And he's cutting them off the whole tour. Now, Bobby goes back to have a conversation with his Wu members. And he tells them, like, look, man, I love all of y'all, even though we had our issues or whatever. At the end of the day, when it's all said and done, I will always have love for y'all. And it wasn't just one person that made this group successful. It was all of us. We was a team and we did what we had to do. But now I'm done. You know what I'm saying? I'm through with all of it. So Bobby, all this stuff that he's been through, the stress and trying to get this group together, putting all this music together, mixing, producing, he is tired of all of it, all the drama, and he's walking out. You know what I'm saying? But ODB finally did something good. Besides not showing up, this time he did show up and he showed out. He said, you know what? I'm going out on stage. I don't care what they talking about. He got the crowd all hyped up. And then all of a sudden, everybody else started going out there. Ray went out there. He performed his stuff. Of course, regardless of the conversation that he had with Bobby about not performing, he's like, screw that. We ain't going out like that. We a team. We gonna put this together. Now, Divine tells Kenny, like, look, man, can we please just perform? And I believe Kenny told him, okay, you got 10 minutes. Do what y'all gotta do, but after 10 minutes, it's over. Now, Bobby is able to find Method Man. He was still on the bus. Your boy Method, he was like, man, it's 60% white people out there. He was on there just chilling. But the two end up talking, and then we can hear the other crew members out there performing. So we know Method, he end up leaving, and then Bobby followed him right after. And as you can see, they all having a good time. Finally, they're all on stage, and they killing it. The fans, they're loving this group. Bobby finally shows up, and they doing an excellent job, in my opinion, y'all. And this is what the fans have been wanting as far as them performing music. We finally getting it in the season finale. Method Man, he's killing it. I mean, the crowd is hyped. And as I'm watching it, I'm like, man, this show really coming to an end? We needed another season, but we ain't getting another season. Your boy Kenny said, you know what? Y'all ain't getting another second. And he says, I'm turning off the power. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. I thought Divine was gonna knock this dude out. He checked him and told him to back up, but Kenny backed up all right. He backed up to that switch and the power went out. These guys, they said, you know what? Screw that. We still gonna perform. And they was out there still performing. The crowd still rocking with them. It goes to show you that they got an audience out there. Yes, it is a Rage Against the Machine audience, but hell, it's a Wu-Tang audience as well. They love them. Now, we get to the end of the episode. We see they're having a Thanksgiving dinner. It's a bittersweet moment. You know what I'm saying? Mom's is like, look, we are all together, but let's get a whole picture. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't never really took a whole picture together here. So she gets them all together. Divine takes the picture, and we can see all the members together one last time, kicking it in the Wu Mansion on Thanksgiving. These guys have come a long way. They've been through so much from season 1 all the way to now. Of course, we could have seen more as far as the Wu-Tang journey, but y'all know Hulu, they only be giving shows 3 seasons. I mean, this show could have easily did 5 or more, but 5 would have been reasonable in my opinion, and we should have got more music, but it is what it is. Now, at the end of the episode, they show us the real members of the group. They show us Wu-Tang Clan District. They're just showing us the success of this group and how big it really was to the whole world and how big it is right now. And, we see a little clip of ODB going off talking about P. Diddy. And then we see your boy RZA. He's talking about how, Wu-Tang is for the kids and everything like that. Trying to inspire people just to do better. But man, it's crazy that this show has come to an end. And hopefully we get more for Wu-Tang. I mean, I've been hearing rumors about a Wu-Tang movie or whatever. I hope that is true. I'm gonna check it out if they do release it. But based off how this whole series ended, it seemed like everybody kind of squashed their beats, but it was still some tensions in the air. Some of you guys even mentioned how a lot of the members, they don't necessarily agree with Divine or whatever. I've been seeing y'all talk about that. So y'all let me know down below. Is there still some issues with Divine and, the fellow group members? Because you can tell they was getting tired of Divine, running things and, telling them what to do. And, hopefully everything is squashed between all of them. But as a group, they did their thing. They will always be one of the best hip hop groups in history. And, like I told y'all, man, hopefully we get to see a Wu-Tang movie down the line. But I want to thank you guys once again for all the love, all the support you've shown me for the last 3 seasons of this show. It's been fire. And I guess we're going to see what's next. If we get another like music type, show, maybe it needs to be on another network that's going to give us more than 3 seasons, because 3 seasons was not enough for this group. We definitely needed more, but they gave us what they can give us. But let me get up on out of here, man. It's your boy Mark Dark. I'm out. Peace.